How many of you know what percent of energy your brain consumes with respect to your whole body? If you don't know, it's 20%. Well, that's right. Meanwhile, the storage capacity of the brain is as big as the space held by the internet. Nevertheless, we still use only a fraction of it at a time. Although it is possible to consume a lot of brand new information every day, I guess you guys must have an idea till now that today's video will be telling you about such 10 things you will see for the first time in your life. Don't forget to like this video, hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon for more spooky content. Number 10. Origami Robot. In 2015, an international team of researchers from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology presented their latest invention, the Origami Robots. These tiny devices could fold and unfold, run, swim, perform simple physical tasks, and dissolve in water. The idea of using this device in medical operations has many followers now. The following year, scientists demonstrated an improved version of the invention, and the new version was made from the least expected material, which was dried pig intestines. The device was assembled on its own after it enters the stomach. The robot is controlled by a magnetic field. This means the robot can remove foreign objects from human organs or perform a biopsy. The framework of the robot is biodegradable, which means it dissolves upon contact with gastric juice. The robot can even remove lithium batteries from the esophagus. If left in the body for a long time, these batteries can do serious harm. Number 9. Spinach leaves. After all these years of studying in schools, we are aware about the fact that not only do humans have veins, but leaves have veins too for distribution of fluid throughout the plant. One day, the scientists from the Worcester Polytechnic Institute from Massachusetts found out that when they were having lunch, and what happened next, quite jaw-dropping. Speaking of facts, for some surgeries, doctors need living tissue of the heart muscle, and there are only two ways they can get it: take it from a donor organ or grow it. Most of the time, the organs in transplantation are in short supply, and growing out arteries and veins from scratch is a rather cumbersome job. Now you might think, what does an ordinary spinach leaf have to do with all of this? You will be shocked to know the answer. For many years now, doctors have been conducting experiments stripping the leaf of everything except for the cellulose fiber. The latter is biocompatible and has already been used in animal testing. After implanting cellulose into the body of mammals, they began to quickly grow into cells. The same things happened with the spinach. With time, the implanted shell was surrounded by the cells of the human heart, which began to pump fluid through the veins. Needless to say, this discovery can become a real breakthrough to transplantation science. Number 8. Museum of Bad Art. If you are an artist or a painter, to be more specific, your only dream would be to sell your art in museums and exhibits worth thousands of dollars. But that is not the case with every artist out there. Gallery owners from the US state of Massachusetts have found an unusual solution about it. At a museum which exhibits extremely bad art. This place is located in the basements of one of the cinemas in the suburbs of Boston. Surprisingly, the museum has two branches in neighboring settlements. Maybe they have too many bad artists. The museum collection features about 500 works, and the slogan says, "Art too bad, too be ignored." And there is even a criteria to choose the bad art to represent. According to the curators, this should be original paintings created with serious intentions but with artistic flaws. Pictures that were created intentionally funny are not accepted. This have to do with the main message of the museum. Everyone can get recognition even if his or her paintings are far from perfect. Number 7. The human heart. We all know that our heart is red in color. Here's the question now. What would be its color if we drain all the blood out of it? Well, some doctors decided to take this initiative to conduct an experiment to ease out further transplantation by draining out all of the blood in the heart, and you saw the color on the thumbnail of this video. It turns out the main blood pumping organ without blood and myoglobin is white in color. It is because the connective tissue is white in color, and that is what remains after pumping out all the blood. In other news, the pig's heart is also white. Number 6. Smog vacuum cleaner. The air we are breathing today is nothing compared to what it was like hundreds of years ago in the aspect of cleanliness. In China alone, 4,000 people die from the effects of breathing in smog every day. Talking about numbers now, in US, 4 out of 10 people living in permanently polluted regions, but at the same time we all are quite aware now how difficult it is to stop all the pollution. If you're thinking of the solution, here is one. Dutch designer Don Roosegard put forward a weird system to fight air pollution. It is an electrostatic vacuum cleaner that can remove most of the polluting particles from the air. The inspiration behind his idea was the ecological disaster in Chinese Beijing, which he saw with his own eyes. The 7-meter air purification system is based on coils wrapped in copper wire and buried below the ground. Electric currents of a certain strength and frequency passes through these coils. This in turn attracts the smoke particles, making the air above the coils clean in an hour. Such a device purifies 30 cubic meters of air using 1400 watts of green energy. Number 5. Worm lizard. Worms are not really anyone's favorite creatures unless they are a freak. The fact here is that some of the worm species have eyes and a snout. Probably the last thing I wish to see. They belong to the reptile species. Yes, we are talking about lizards which look exactly like earthworms. These creatures live in the forest of Southeast Asia and Mexico. Worm lizards have no legs or ears, and they spend most of their time burrowing and crawling to the surface only at night. Obviously, they can be found under stones and logs. Not much is known about these types of lizards yet, although it is believed they will feed on smaller insects like termites and ants. Number 4. Hydrofoil. Engineers came up with underwater wings, aka hydrofoils. By and large, this thing is used in all kinds of sports: windsurfing, kitesurfing, and yachting. Now, what exactly is a hydrofoil? A hydrofoil is a long keel, which is also called a mast, which is attached to a special body with fins very similar to an airplane wing. Since the middle of the last century, the device was used in all types of water transportation like water skis, catamarans, and yachts. This technology didn't last any longer because the heavy stainless steel construction is very poorly controlled. But now it seems hydrofoils are coming back. With the use of it, you can develop incredible speeds of relatively small waves. If we talk about the feeling, it is more like flying than riding. Number 3. Rainbow whale. A few years ago, an unusual video was recorded on the coast of Newport Beach, California. In the video, we can clearly see that the whale is shooting out a real rainbow with the water from its back. Viewers of the video didn't really believe it in the first place. This phenomenon was not uncommon for this type of mammal. So now the question is, how does it happen? The thing is this: the released jet instantly turns into water vapor in the air, and if the sunlight caught on this vapor is refracted in a particular way, then we can see a rainbow. We have studied how sunlight is actually a spectrum of color disguised as white light. The rainbow we see on the whale can only be seen if the sunlight and water vapor are at certain angles. Number 2. Wine out of taps. It is known to all that only God has the power to change water into wine, but just imagine the surprise of the inhabitants of the Medina province in northern Italy when one morning they went to brush their teeth and saw a Lambrusco sparkling wine coming out of the taps. This incredible incident was not caused by God's divine intervention, but a local binary. There was a leak in its storage which made the drinks flow through the pipes of the water supply system. Public authorities did eliminate the problem, but not satisfyingly. The residents had little time to fill their empty bottles. Number 1. An albino turtle. Not many turtles get to become social media influencers, especially ones like Hope. The tiny albino pink belly turtle has more than 235,000 followers on Instagram, but more importantly, she has a condition so rare that it doesn't even have a name, according to Cater's News. Hope was born with the heart exposed outside of her shell. The organ, which peeks through a small hole in her stomach, can be seen beating as she swims, eats, and dives in a tank. It's an awe-inspiring phenomenon and one that, despite its striking appearance, has not affected the turtle's health. Michael Aquilina, Hope's owner, told In the Know that his pet lives a healthy life. Hope has impacted my life in so many ways, it actually makes me emotional, he said. And that would be all for today's video, guys. I hope you liked the video. Please give it a big fat thumbs up. Subscribe to The Unleashed for daily jaw-dropping content. Also, comment down below your experiences with the things you saw the first time. Until next time, keep vibing.